Hello everyone, I'm Becca and welcome back to another yoga video today. Today we're going to talk about some deep, relaxing, restorative postures and different ways to utilize props to get your most relaxing Shavasana at the end of your next yoga session. So here are the props I'm going to be using today. You can look around your own house and get creative with what you have on hand. None of this is absolutely necessary, it's just an option. So, to start with, I have a towel rolled up like so. I have a nice thin blanket. Again, one of these that you commonly see in studios is great. Any type of throw will definitely work though. Just something you can fold to your desired height. Next, I have 2 pillows. These ones are just good bedroom pillows. That totally works. A throw pillow will work. Whatever you have on hand is fantastic. I also have a scarf and a pair of socks. All right, look around, gather your props, and let's get started. So the first pose I'm going to show you is called legs up the wall. So all you'll need is your blanket, a pillow if you'd like, and an open wall.
Once you've placed your blanket on the floor for support, begin by scooting your hips directly up against the wall. The more space you leave between your hips and the wall, the less intense this will be as a hamstring stretch. Using your core and your arms, lift your legs and lie back, resting your heels on the wall. Draw your shoulders down and away. Let your arms rest with your palms up and begin to breathe deeply. Try not to hold any tension in your throat. Allow your chest to open, and when you're ready to release the pose, pull your knees to your chest, roll onto your side, and then push yourself up into a seated position. The second version of this pose utilizes the pillow for a little bit of extra cushion and lower back support. Place the pillow a few inches away from the wall and sit in the middle, again shifting your hips as close to the wall as you are comfortable. Once again, engage your core and your arms, lay down and lift your feet. By pressing your feet against the wall, you can adjust how you are laying on your blanket and where the pillow falls in your back. Once you've gotten comfortable, again release your arms out to the side, palms facing up, and begin to scan your body for other places you can release tension and fully relax. Pay attention to your breathing. Slow and steady inhales, matching your tempo on the exhale. See if there are any places in your legs that you can release a little additional tension. Use only as much muscular engagement as you need to keep your feet on the wall. Once again, when you're ready to release, draw your knees to your chest, roll to one side, and push yourself up to a seated position.
Our second pose today is going to be a reclined butterfly position. You may be familiar with a seated butterfly, where you're seated upright with your knees out to the side and your feet together. This is a very similar position, except, like the name implies, you'll be reclined. And I'm going to use a bunch of props to make it really comfortable to stay there for an extended period of time. So for this one, I'll start with a blanket, both pillows. I will also be using the towel as a neck support.
Place your blanket in the middle of your mat where you'll be laying down. Roll your neck support and place it roughly where your head will be. You can adjust this later. Go ahead and sit at the edge of your blanket so your tailbone is right on the edge. When you lay down, you'll have your entire spine supported by your blanket. Place each pillow out to either side and go ahead and lay back. Take a moment to adjust your head support so that it is in the crook of your neck. Your head can fall back a little as long as you feel supported. Pull each pillow in under your hips to support your full thigh and your knees. and then lay your hands out to the side, palms facing up. Allow your body to relax here as you breathe and feel held by the props you've selected. Continue to breathe deeply. And if you feel like you want more support, feel free to double up your pillows, again placing them equally on both sides so that you're stretching evenly across your body and fully supporting yourself as much as you need. Continue to breathe. You can also place your hands on your belly here to focus on feeling the inhale and the exhale, the rise and fall of your breath. Stay here for as long as you like. And once you've completed your breathing, just as gently as you got into your pose, release the pillows, bring your knees up to center, roll to one side, and push yourself up into a seated position.
The final pose I want to talk about today is Shavasana. You may be familiar with this. It happens at the end of almost every yoga class, and it's that pose where you just lay on the floor and breathe. It can be really relaxing, and it can be a great opportunity to let all of the challenging physical and mental work you did really sink in so you can get all of the benefits of that work. That can be difficult to do, however, if you're having difficulty staying present because of any sort of discomfort or coldness. So we're going to take some steps to mitigate that discomfort so you can really sink into the pose and get all of the benefits of your practice. For this one, I'm going to use a pillow, a blanket, a scarf, and my fuzzy pair of socks.
Begin by adding any additional layers you'd like. For me, that's my socks. Then take your pillow and place it on your mat roughly where your knees will be. You want this to go directly under the crook in your leg to help keep your spine neutral. Next, get your blanket and lay it over as much of your body as you'd like. I personally like to cover about to my waist. Lay back and get situated, and then last place the scarf over your eyes to help block out any ambient light or bright light, and to help you focus inward, not getting distracted by anything happening around you in the world. Allow your arms to rest, palms up, out to the side, and allow your feet to fall out to the side as well. Once you have found your ideal posture, remain here for as long as you'd like.
Thanks for following along today. I'd love to hear how you're using your props to get the most relaxation out of your practice as you possibly can. See you next week.